Shabbat Shalom. This coming Shabbat, we read the Torah portion of Hayei, the life of Sarah. Ironically, it's not about her life. The Torah portion begins with her death. Abraham recognizes that he needs to find a place to bury her. Being that he's a foreigner, he needs to buy some land, although the practice in that day made it very difficult for a foreigner to buy land. Echoing that sentiment, Abraham says to Ephron, the landowner, the Hittite, Ger v'toshav anochi imachem. I am a resident alien. I am both familiar and foreign to you. The plain meaning of the text is just simply that Abraham wanted to buy land to bury Sarah. And he had to designate to these people exactly who he was if he had any hopes of them selling him land. But this comment, this phrase, ger v'toshav, that Abraham utters, might be one of the most prophetic things we see in the Bible. When Abraham says, I am both a resident and an alien, I am both a native and a stranger, he's actually saying something, reciting something that Jews throughout history would feel. Most of our collective Jewish history has been spent not living in our homeland, not living in a Jewish country. Throughout our history, we have expressed the sentiment, Ger v'toshav anochi imachem. We are both residents and aliens amongst you. My mother would tell you she felt this no greater time than when she was a kid and she sang Christmas carols in her public school during music. And the reality is that this is a difficult state for us to be in. Sometimes being ger v'toshav can lead us to lose some of ourselves, to adopt some of what goes on in the locale, to our detriment even. Sometimes we find that we assimilate into a culture that brings us away from the Jewish values and ideals that we hold dear and that we know are not only essence of our lives as Jews, but the essence of basic, decent, and good society. And still, look at what else we've done. Every place we've gone, we've succeeded. Every place we've gone, we've not only survived, but we've thrived. Why? Because, I would say, despite the difficulties that we face, despite the persecution, despite the realities that we may have caused ourselves, ultimately we come back to our values, which is what sets us apart. Our values of the dignity of the human being, our values of welcoming and inclusion. And not only those values, but our ability to balance those values with the maintenance and the maintaining of our tradition, our custom, our practices that have sustained us for so long. So it's that balance. It's our ability in lands that are not our own to maintain what is essential and what is sacrosanct to us that has allowed us, the Jewish people, throughout history to face and to overcome any challenges that we may face. Shabbat Shalom.